What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Atlas, and welcome to my channel. It is quite interesting how something can just fall into a person's lap, is it not? Is it not? And at a perfect point in time as well. I knew nothing about this video. It just came out on the 7th. I do not listen to these artists. I saw a link for the video on YouTube and had an urge to click it. And I clicked it, and within 2 to 3 watches, I had all of the information I am about to share with you. And what's even more interesting is it goes on to answer a lot of questions from the previous video. Alright? Like the number 13 we kept coming across, and what did it mean? What did it mean? Well, we are about to find out. But first, I want to see how well you are at subliminal messages, finding them out for yourself, and predictive programming and all that. Pause this video right now and Google locksmith with God or exhibit with God and pull this video up and watch it a time or 2 or 3 or however many and see if you can't find what I'm talking about, right? Alright, well, you're back. Or you didn't go at all. Either way, if you did not find anything, here is a hint. It starts at it's just 2 scenes, really. 2 scenes from the whole video. And, it's at 3:09. There's a still image, pause it. And at, let's see, 3:56, another one begins. Alright, now pause this video now that you're armed with that information, and go watch the video again and see if you see what I'm talking about and if you can come up with anything. Alright guys, I'm done messing around with you. Let's get down to it. Okay? Okay. The main event. Let's break this down. Alright, you can easily see at the 3:09 mark. 3 1/3. I had no idea what this was. I didn't even know it existed. We are about to find out about it later on in the video. Alright. But first, the next scene, and that starts at 3:56. Up here you can make out, I forget what it says, a Los Angeles River or something of the sort. Anyhow, you have that information coupled with some graffiti down here. You see that? As the video goes on, a few seconds in, you can clearly make out a year. Okay? So, anyway, all this brings us to, firstly, this House of the Temple, right? The House of the Temple is a Masonic temple in Washington, D.C., of all places. And guess what? It is 13 blocks from the White House. That is right. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. It serves as the headquarters of the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, Southern Jurisdiction, USA. Officially home of the Supreme Council 33, ancient and accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, Southern Jurisdiction. Washington, D.C., USA. It was designed by John Pope. It stands at 1733 16th Street in the DuPont Circle neighborhood, about 1 mile directly north of the White House. Right? The full name of the Supreme Council is the Supreme Council, Mother Council of the World. Now, Mother Council of the World, is that, or bells not going off in your head right now, alarms? Is that possibly the mother of abominations that the Bible talks about? The mother that is ready to devour her child, is, or that the mother, how is it, this verse, I should have looked it up, the dragon is going to devour it up, or something of the sort. Forgive me, please. Again, it's been a long night. Alright, also, guess what? It contains a museum devoted to Albert Pike, who rewrote a number of the Scottish Rite rituals and headed its Supreme Council from 1859 until his death in 1891, and his remains are buried. They're buried in the house of the temple. This temple that's just 13 blocks away from the White House, right? And yeah, guys, please forgive me on that. I need to do a lot more diving into the Bible and refreshing my memory than I do. I really do. I will admit that. Anyhow, we will continue on. Alright? Here's Albert Pike. Right? And he was a senior officer of the Confederate States Army who commanded the District of Indian Territory in the Trans-Mississippi Theater of the American Civil War. Indian Territory. Well, I guess what's happening to Native American territory right now. What's began to happen to it. They began taking it for themselves, right? Okay, guess what? This man died on April the 2nd, on 4/2, right? If you guys watched my previous video, you remember the new Bond film, No Time to Die, 007, was supposed to be, oh, also that music video was released on April 7th. Remember, like, April 7th, when the 7 workers died at the Department of Defense from COVID-19, apparently. We go over this in our last video, as well as this date right here, where a man he does derail a train on purpose, trying to take out a ship. I mean, is that not just absurd sounding at all? I mean, that sounds like something straight out of a James Bond film. Crashing a train into a ship that is sitting in a harbor. I mean, goodness gracious, what the heck? Now, this ship is sitting in the Los Angeles harbor, right? So, which we're about to have more linking together to another linkings together. I can't talk. I apologize. Anyway, guess what? 1971 San Fernando Earthquake. Right? The 1971 San Fernando Earthquake, also known as the Illmatic Earthquake, occurred in the early morning of February 9th in the foothills of the San Gabriel Mountains in Southern California. Alright. Well, guess what? The Illmatic Earthquake, if that's how you pronounce it. Illmatic is known for its olives production, you know? Historically known for its profusion of olive orchards. Well, guess what? You guys know about the Mount of Olives in Israel, right? That's just adjacent to Jerusalem. That's pretty interesting, is it not? Anyhow, back to this article. Now, you can see where this ranked extreme 11, right? The highest one there on that system there. I forget what it stands for. It's right here. Let's see. The thrust earthquake had a magnitude of 6.5 on the M scale and a maximum Mercalli intensity of 11, which is extreme. The highest one that it was showing back there. The event was one in a series that affected the Los Angeles area in the late 20th century. Damage was locally severe in the northern San Fernando Valley and surface. Faulting was extensive to the south of the epicenter in the mountains, as well as the urban settings along city streets and neighborhoods. Now, it's very interesting because other channels right now, I was going to make this video, and this guy I watch, he went live, and about a minute in, they started talking about earthquakes. I was like, are you kidding? I forget exactly what it is. Apparently, however many days we are into the year, I can't remember what it is, but anyway, that adds up to earthquake, gematria, or something of the effect. Forgive me, I should have looked into that, but I didn't even plan on bringing that up. Anyway, here's something else very, very interesting, guys and gals. The event affected a number of healthcare facilities in Illmatic. Well, guess what's affecting a number of healthcare facilities right now, or is supposedly affecting a number of healthcare facilities? This COVID-19, right? I mean, there's so many linking togethers, and this answers so many questions on our last video. It is just extremely strange how something can fall in your lap and answer your questions. It is God. I mean, Jesus Christ. There could be no other answer for it. Anyhow, yeah, I mean, I never would have just stumbled across that video. I never would have looked at it. I never would have found this stuff if it was not for that video and the subliminal messages in it and me catching them. Anyhow, even more interesting, right? Where is it at? Right here. Through an early decision, okay, contributions, damn. Alright, schools were affected as they had been during the 1933 Long Beach earthquake. 1933. I mean, just how long have they been able to produce earthquakes? Or did it just happen naturally? You guys do know that there is report that Nikola Tesla was running some kind of machine in his apartment, and it started rumbling the whole building, and then it began to rumble the whole block around the building that he was conducting the experiment in and testing the machine out. Well, whoever it was, I guess the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry got a hold of it. Because, I mean, when he died, somebody came in there, or somebody's, and made off like Bernie Madoff with a bunch of his blueprints, right? I forget how many boxes were missing. 16 comes to my head for some reason, but I can't say. There was very few left, and there were a lot taken. So yeah, and they still haven't been accounted for to this day, so who knows the technology these guys have that they got installed from Nikola Tesla, and who knows the true origins of him, where he got all this information from. And it wasn't just that he was a genius. I do believe there was something else going on there entirely different as well. Anyhow, let's move on. Revelation 12:4. Oh, we did not finish everything here, my bad. Alright guys, look at this. Look at this. Now, the Olive View Hospital, right? It had towers on it, known as the Star Towers, right? Well, they fell off because of this earthquake. Fallen Star Towers, right? As you can see in the picture. Fallen Star Towers. I believe that's them. Not sure. But anyway. Take the star out and you get the fallen towers, like the World Trade Towers. That's very interesting. Or leave it in. Fallen Star. And we come here, right? Revelation 12:4, King James Version. Alright? And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven. Remember the third and 33 third, 33 third, right? Right here. Third. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. Right? So, that just links up to everything we were just talking about, does it not? If the mother council of the world is the woman that is being spoken of in Revelation, right? There's a dragon that is waiting to devour her child as soon as it is born. Now I wonder what child that is, and I wonder what dragon that is. Now, of course, when it comes to the Bible, it can also have its meanings, different meanings. A dragon doesn't necessarily mean a dragon, guys and girls. I'm sure you know this. But anyway. Alright, back to the 33 1/3, right? 33 1/3 is a series of books in which each volume is written about a single album, kind of like the Bible. The series title refers to the rotation speed of a vinyl, alright? What's even more interesting about this is, I don't want to take up too much of your time with this, but I mean, this list here has some crazy names on it. They've only done like 144. I guess that's the US, and then Japan's done 6, of course. Brazil's done 6, of course. And that's all that's been done on these vinyls. And I mean, that's the date of what originally came out, and then that's when they put it on these special 3 1/3 vinyls. Dusty in Memphis, or Forever Changes. There's an interesting. Harvest, another interesting. The Kinks are the Village Green Preservation Society. Meat is Murder, the Piper at the Gates of Death. Unknown Pleasures. Sign o' the Times. I mean, it is just everywhere. Let It Be, right? Live at the Apollo. OK Computer. So Let It Be again, it looks like. Exile on Main Street. I mean, it's like they just armed forces. It's like they just picked these out for a specific reason, you know. Grace. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Born in the USA. Alright. What else do we have? An Aeroplane Over the Sea. That's actually a pretty good album. Anyway, there's a riot going on. The Who, Sellout. There's a big one. Daydream Nation. Sound familiar? Use Your Illusion. 69 Love Songs. Why did it have to be 69? Songs in the Key of Life. It looks like I will take up a bunch of your time with these. Sorry. That's just really interesting. Rid of Me. Right? Octung Baby. If You're Feeling Sinister. Horses. Remember how the Bible talks about horses in Revelation. The pale horse. A red horse. A black horse. Master of Reality. Rain in Blood. Shoot Out the Lights. Gentlemen. Rum. Sodomy. And The Lash. I mean, that just sounds horrible. And that came out when? In 85? Yeah, 85. Sorry, I'm quite far back from my laptop because the fan on it is extremely loud. And this new mic I got just picks it right up. Anyhow, the Gilded Palaces of Sin. Pink flag. I've been seeing pink all the way down through here. I hadn't mentioned it though, but I wonder what it has to do with anything. XO. Illmatic. Nas. You know how Eminem. I mean, there's a few Eminem mentions in there, like songs, lyrics of his where he like something still Illmatic. Will it be Illmatic then? Talking about one of his records, talking about all of his records really. How when they come out lately, the people give them low ratings, rankings, scores, say they're terrible. Then a few years down the road, they're Illmatic. Anyhow, Radio City, like EMFs, like 5G, Another Green World, right after they destroy this one or kill everybody on it, I guess, clean it up. Is that what that's referring to? One step beyond, facing future. It takes a nation of millions to hold us back, right? Highway to Hell. Song cycle, like the songs they play over and over on the radios that are filled with subliminal messages that you're not even picking up on. I mean, subliminally you are, but not right out front. It's not coming to you, but it's still in your mind. Anyhow. Pretty Hate Machine, Chocolate and Cheese, American Recordings, You're Living All Over Me, kind of like, I guess, the 1%ers and whatnot, how they all think there's way too many people on this earth, we need a mass depopulation. We're living all over them, right? How dare us? How dare us? And don't even think just 1%ers either. Think of men you've never even heard of before, that are men in very high places, at pull strings, Amazing Grace, Dummy, Fear of Music. There's a lot of crazy stuff about music lately. Like music to be murdered by, and it's just, I don't know if they're referring to the frequencies or what. Flood, like how God destroyed the earth in the days of Noah, and how today we are practically living how it was in the days of Noah. We have this lockdown right now, and no churches are having services. I mean, some of them are, but you have to go online. You can't go and congregate at a building. I know it's just the building, but still, it's the getting together and fellowshipping. That's what it's all about. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with live streams. So you can learn from them and need to. And it's apparently all we have right now, unless you guys get up and defy what they're telling us to do. Anyway, entertainment, or interdetainment, as I like to call it. Blank generation. Does that sound about right now? Right? Definitely maybe. Exile in Guyville. I wonder if that's in reference to sterilization. or and getting rid of a bunch of the guys and leaving a bunch of the gals behind. I don't know, guys. Just talking off my top of my head. My beautiful, dark, twisted fantasy, right? The Grey album. This is that in reference to alien greys. You know, quote unquote aliens. Fallen angels, dangerous. Live through this. Freedom of choice. I did not mean to go through all these. I apologize again. Hanging tough. Dig me out. Live. Like this is a live exercise, as they keep saying. What else? Bizarre ride in the far side. Workbook, raincoats. Let's see. There's another interesting one if I can find it. 24-hour revenge therapy. Transformer. Like shapeshifters, maybe, you know. Jesus Freak. The Holy Bible, right? Southern accents. You know they don't like us Southern people and all the gun-toting Southern hillbillies, right? That's a big no-no. And here in 2020, there's only been 2 releases. Diamond Dogs and guess what? Voodoo by Michael D'Angelo. Another person that Eminem raps about in a song. I can't remember the song. I just remember growing up and I listened to him a lot. I kind of wish I didn't, but we can't go back. Oh yeah, here's what I was looking for. Working Man's Dead. Is that not creepy, guys? Come on. That was by the Grateful Dead. Anyway, I'm done with this list. I'm extremely tired, ready to go to bed. I will, however, though, share a few more things with you, alright? About this video. Alright, so, throughout the video, that guy there that you see right now, this shirt he has on, it's an upside down, really, flag for I forget where. I can't remember. Is it Turkish or I don't know, but it's upside down, so I need to look into that. But what I was getting at is the yellow circle in the middle. It's like a star, right? You know, the falling stars. A third of the stars will fall from the heavens. Alright. Anyhow, the length of the video, right, has the chapter and verse. It is 4 minutes and 30 seconds, right? So 3 minus 1 equals 2, carry the 4, 12, 4. Now also at 3:09, right, where you see that message, 3 plus 9 equals 12. And at the second message I tell you about, the beginning of it, 3:56, right? Well, 4 seconds before 4 minutes. So there's your 12 of 4. Chapter and verse again. Linking everything together, ladies and gentlemen. This is Atlas And I believe that is all I have to share with you tonight. Take care. God bless. And things will only continue to get even more crazy if we do not do something, ladies and gentlemen. I am trying to myself by putting these videos out. What are you all doing? I'm not here to judge anybody, but I do want us to take action against this. Don't just say that, oh, we can't beat them, blah blah blah, why even try? That's what they want you to do. That's when they come in full-fledged within no time at all, days, and everything is implemented. When they start getting some resistance, you know, whether it be by us talking out about it, you know, they look out for stuff on the internet a lot. And if they see a bunch of people talking out against something that they are trying to implement, they will possibly go back and wait for a later date, you know, like in the stimulus bill. They were trying to pass something absurd in it. I think it was the digital money or something, digital currency backed by $1 or something, I think. But that was in the original stimulus plan, the COVID-19 $2 trillion stimulus plan. And then a few days later they retracted it because a bunch of people stood up and called it out, right? So your voices do mean a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Why do you think they are burning the Constitution? Why do you think they are trying to get rid of freedom of speech? Why do you think they are getting rid of freedom of speech? Because we do stand a chance. They are afraid of us. There are many of us and few of them. The few rule over the many. Never forget. Never forget. Alright? And here's a quote by a great man. I live my life according to this. I owe my first allegiance to my God and Jesus Christ. My second allegiance I owe to the Constitution of the United States. My third allegiance to my family. The reasons my allegiance are in that order is because God endowed man with the inalienable rights. Right? Endowed man with inalienable rights. If I can talk. Endowed man with inalienable rights. I can't talk. Whatever. The Constitution protects those rights, and the family is thus able to survive and be protected and thrive. And the family is the basic unit of civilization. Period. I further believe that any man or woman without principles that they are ready and willing to die for at any given moment that they are called upon to do it are already dead and are of no use or consequence to anyone, not even themselves. Unquote. And that was by the late and wonderful godly man, William Cooper. William Milton Cooper, Bill Cooper. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, look into his work if you haven't. I mean, he was talking about what's going on right now back before he was murdered. You know, back in the 90s, he was talking about the craziness going on right now. Like, you'd swear he was alive and recording it and talk about it today, to this date. He was spot on. He predicted 9/11. I don't know if he predicted 9/11 or what, but he knew about 9/11 before it happened, right? Anyway, they gunned him down just a few days before 9/11. Also, what I didn't point out in my last video is the date of the theatrical release in UK, the new date that it's been pushed back to, the 007 film, right? September 12th. Is that not messed up? You know, one day after 9/11. Seriously, guys? I mean, they're just throwing this all in our face, full-fledged, assaulting us with all this. But it is a wealth and treasure trove of knowledge. Use it to better yourself. Use it to empower yourself. Take a stand. Do what's right. Be a better person. Spread the word of what is going, not only what is going on, but the word of God. Anyhow, this is Atlas, and I am going to bed. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for stopping by. If you have any questions or input, leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. Subscribe, maybe like, dislike. Any kind of feedback is appreciated, ladies and gentlemen. It helps these videos get around. Positive feedback, that is, helps these videos spread around and that information get around to a lot more people. So yeah, that's just how the YouTube works. The Al Gore rhythms, you know. Anyhow, or the Al Gore rhythm, whatever. Guys, I'm just dragging this video out. Alright, I'm out. Take care. God bless. And beware.